All right, Oscar De La Hoya is going back and forth with Ryan Garcia again. It's always about contracts, and the rumor is they keep saying that Ryan, people are saying Ryan got one more deal left with Golden, one more fight left. He's saying it's not true, and boxing contracts are a scam. If you win a title, then extend your contract about 2 or 3 fights. I mean, all types of stuff. It's not, hey, you got 5 fights. These the 5 fights. Sometimes you hear companies, you're on the last fight of the deal, and if you don't sign the extension, they'll starve you out and not give you that last fight of the deal until you sign that extension. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll sit there and try to rob you of the last fight. Sometimes, they'll just start down talk you real bad. So when you hit free agency, nobody want to sign you. They create these narratives. So boxing contracts are super duper, shady. They have a number of things. They don't want you to walk with titles. They don't want to walk with you to walk with your brand name. They don't want to see you do better without them. So it's a business. But for Ryan Garcia, I mean, he's been battling with De La Hoya since Canelo was over there. I remember Canelo, there was a rumor that Canelo, before he left Golden Boy, made him redo Ryan Garcia contract. And Golden Boy it's a scam. I've been saying it's a scam. De La Hoya has been accused by so many people of doing shady stuff, from Marquez, from Jermell Charlo to, just a number of guys that did business over there with Oscar De La Hoya. And, they supposed to stand on real boxing, or they supposed to stand on principles. And like I said, him and Floyd, they ventured off and did companies that exploited fighters, if not worse than Bob Arum did, because at least Bob Arum, you know how he coming. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kevin Spacey. You already know what he owned, but you got, former fighters that was in the struggle, who was eating with their hands off the plate. So they know what it feel like to struggle. And then they fuck you harder than, no Diddy on this one. They fuck you harder than Al Heyman do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, they doing you dirty, like more dirtier than Eddie and some of these other guys who didn't put on gloves. So it's a crazy world, bro. It's a crazy world. And De La Hoya is just shiesty, bro. He just shiesty businessman, man. That's what I said, man. Black fighters that go over there and sign with Oscar De La Hoya, like, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. And that's just the real stuff. So he was on there with Marcus Villegas talking about it, and Ryan ain't never happy. He tried to do an exhibition before the suspension was up. De La Hoya said, you can't do that. You can't do that, because if they ain't getting the lion's share of something, they don't want to let it happen. And have De La Hoya did take a chance on Ryan when other promoters wouldn't take a chance on him. But how much in debt do you still want me to be to you? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when I look at it, I mean, so be it. Oscar De La Hoya, you just look at the landscape of that stable, it's trash. If you don't look at the landscape of if you look at the landscape of boxer right now, it's trash. Look at it, it's trash on top of trash, trash on trash on trash. Think about it. What's the best fight you had this October? I don't even know. What's the best? You got one super fight card in November. You got Lubin and also Virgil Ortiz. So that's 2 cards I know. December 6th, Cruz and Lamont Roach. You don't have nothing. At one point historically, and I'm not saying this is the correct way to do it. I feel like all the fights should be in the summertime, but that ain't happened either this year. All the great fights should be in the summertime. It should be a fight on damn near every day of the week when there's no basketball, football on, right? But you look at it, the fall schedule is lighter than it ever have been. Ain't nothing going on. Other than November 22nd, ain't nothing tangible really going on. Ain't nothing concrete going on. For real? This is why you got Too Coon the Superstar, trolling Bomac. When these ADHD niggas get bored and shit, they ain't got nothing to do but to pull shit out of thin air. So honestly, boxing, if you ain't noticed, it's dead. It's dead. No Showtime, or Viacom. It's no, Fox, there's no real coverage. But if you look across the landscape of sports, really every sport is on the downswing. Do you care? It's the World Series. Not a soul cares the World Series. Not too many people care about hockey. You know what I'm saying? Like sports in the whole, the NBA got a little, but really, you don't really care. Like nobody is really caring about sports. So it's not just boxing. UFC, last time you heard something about UFC for real. Ain't nothing popping in sports right now. But Ryan, like I said before, they did enough costume dressing up Ryan's career. He was It one year. He was She-Thing one year. He was She-Hulk one year. He was Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? He was Catgirl, Batgirl, Supergirl. He was all the females. You know what I'm saying? All of them. The pink chick from Sonic. There's only so many ways you can dress up. You can dress up a fraud. He's fraud. De La Hoya did what he did to him. He was exposed. He got opportunities he never fought for. He never deserved. And you can tell when he fight in the ring. He's trash. He cheated the game literally and figuratively. And they gifted him. They gave him slaps on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? He's the first Jake Paul. He's a scam artist. Without Ryan Garcia, it wouldn't be no Jake Paul or what's the other brother, the black guy that do it. I forget his name. Wouldn't be none of no influencers in boxing. He's an influencer. He's not a boxer. He's an influencer boxer, just as Jake Paul is. He ain't no real fun. Nobody ever took Ryan Garcia serious. And he always needs somebody else to sell. And they gifted him the main event with Rolly. He didn't deserve to be the main event. They gifted him the real WBA title versus Rolly. He didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? They gifted him, a smear campaign on Devin Haney. It was like he didn't cheat. He failed 2 commission tests. He was a racist. Too Cool, the superstar, was saying, oh man, I ain't your nigga, but we still cool. Like, get out of here, man. They gifted him all of that, bro. They gifted him all of that. But and De La Hoya always fighting with somebody over money. Always. Golden Boy's a scam. It's a true scam. I keep telling y'all that. It's a true scam. There ain't no real business. That's why he got finessed out his company, bro. Like the zone, the foundation of the zone, take Turkey out of it. The foundation of the zone is built on Matchroom in the zone. Honestly, that's what it's built on. Frank Warren over there. Boxing is cooked. Like, it's nothing good going on in boxing. It's nothing between them. It ain't no good fighters over there. Who they got? Joshua is cooked. Usyk on his way out. Fabio, who gives a hell, didn't even care to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jerron Business, Shakur Stevenson, Richardson Hitchinson, it's nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about over there. Virgil Ortiz, Lubin, nothing really to talk about. Boxing is dead. There's no superstar super fights you want to see left. There's no super fights that left in boxing to make. None. There's no great fights in boxing to make that the American public care about. It is done. The aura of HBO boxing is done. The aura of HBO boxing has still been carrying the sport, and it's finally run out. It's finally run out. It's over with. It's over. It is over with. HBO boxing, the aura of that, and it's a wrap. Boxing is completely done. There's nothing else to see here. But for Ryan, I mean, take him to court. Do you really need to fight? And he need to fight. I guarantee you, he ain't fighting for pride. He ain't fighting for fighting for validation to show that he a real fighter. He not fighting for that. Ryan Garcia is fighting. Let me say this. Ryan Garcia is fighting to feed his family. I'll guarantee you that Ryan Garcia is fighting. He fighting because he need a check, like everybody else. And that's just the fact of the matter of it. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop video. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. I appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. You can literally follow me everywhere. Peace.